gaming with a drive and talk. We're on our way to the Wayback's Arcade in Pineville, Louisiana, the South's best arcade. See you in 3 hours. This is where I stay when I come to Alexandria. This is the Bentley Hotel, the famous Bentley, built in 1907. Let's check it out. Cool little pub across the street. Whenever I'm coming to the Wayback's Arcade, this is a famous hotel, the Hotel Bentley. Famous for a lot of reasons. One reason is ghosts on it. What? But we've never seen a ghost. We have stayed here a bunch. It is an awesome, awesome hotel. They also have an awesome bar, and they have the Bentley room. If you want to get something good to eat. This is a historic landmark, the Hotel Bentley. Lifestyles of the rich and famous here at Hotel Bentley. Built in 1907 by Joseph A. Bentley. Very cool hotel. Downtown area of Alexandria. This is an awesome little bar, the Mirror Room. Might get some drinks there tonight. Gotta get further back. This building is so big. If you decide to come to the Wayback's Arcade, there's no better place I recommend to stay than the famous Hotel Bentley. And this is just a gigantic hotel. Nice rooms, very affordable. And the best part, supposedly haunted. And there's the Hotel Bentley. You got a great porch. Sit out on the porch, middle of downtown. Pretty cool. Famous Hotel Bentley. Wow, look at that. That is a serious light. Look at that lamp, gas lamp. This is where I always stay. I'm gonna go to Wayback's. I just budgeted this into my trip. Love this place, it's great. This is Papa Brad coming to you from Pineville, Louisiana for a walk and talk. One of the great things about living in Louisiana is we have arguably the best arcade in the South. And that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. On today's Walk and Talk, we're going to talk about the Wayback's Arcade. Coming up on the Waybacks, this is an arcade that at one time was an A&P supermarket. Now this is where the magic happens. If you're into arcade and pinball in Louisiana, this is the place to come, for sure. Come join me as we explore the Wayback Arcade and the awesome new machines that they've just got. I've heard there's a lot of new machines in here since last time I was here. Can't wait to check them out. This is a free play arcade. Means you pay one price. All the games are set to free. So no scrounging for quarters. No trying to get your dollar bills to be accepted in the machine. You just pay one price and you can play all day if you want. Play as much or as little as you want. Everything in this place is on free play. My favorite kind of arcade. Arcade parking only. How cool is that? Okay. If you get a chance, I have a video from the grand opening of the Wayback's Arcade. This is definitely a destination arcade. In my opinion, this is the best arcade in the South. Look at kevgret. Dragon's Lair. You ready? I am. Let's check it out. Go if you want to know the hours. It's $13 for all day play. Well, here we go.
I see you over there. Yes, you.
Oh, I've been caught. He sees me. And we're walking into the Wayback's Arcade. I'm just going to make a quick trip around the arcade. Here's where you can enjoy a delicious pizza. And we're going to go right into the games. Starting with the row of pinballs. Lots of awesome machines. They really take good care of the pinballs. Everything works. Waterworld's a new pinball. What classic games do you see that bring back memories of going to an arcade in the 80s or 90s? One of my favorite parts of the arcade is this row of Williams arcades. Got all the greats. Some Nintendos. Asteroids Deluxe. That was a fun one. Star Wars. Strikers 1945. As seen on the iiRcade. Space Invaders also on iiRcade. Tempest, Centipede, kevgret, man, Mr. Do. Shout out to Arcade Talk. I know this is one of T's favorite machines on that show. He has a replica Mr. Do that he built for his multicade. You got Frogger, Phoenix, Time Pilot, Frontline, Elevator Action, Jungle King, both gauntlets. Gauntlet Dark Legacy, Dragon's Lair, Ghosts and Goblins. What a fantastic row of fighters. They have all the Mortal Kombats. After talking to Jeremy, the owner, Street Fighter II is still one of the most popular fighting games. So that's always getting played. Here we have a Journey that they've just added. That's brand new. Vuelix cab. We got a Pac-Man sit down. This room has a lot of music games. Guitar Hero. Then we have the awesome, these fighting game setups are insane. The flickering is only because they're using real CRT monitors, and these are gorgeous. When you walk into this area, this is like a fighter's dream. Got a ton of music games here at Waybacks. You've got basically the history of consoles on this wall, all set up and ready to play. Got a cool case with a Millennium Falcon and some Star Wars memorabilia. Hitting the row of pins. Got a Firepower, a Funhouse, game show. Back to the Future. Teed Off, Wipeout. And we're going to go into the gun game and the driving game room. Starting a lot of great gun games. You got a Confidential Mission, Terminator 2, Revolution X, the Aerosmith game. See Arnold on the side of that T2. New to Waybacks is a Carnival. They didn't have this last time I came. Carnival's one of the great gun games everyone should check out. Time Crisis, Steel Gunner 2. They do have an environmental cab of the Star Trek Voyager gun game. It's pretty cool. Very rare. Only place I've ever seen one, actually. And more gun games. Got some classic arcades. Die Hard Arcade. If you've been watching my channel recently, I did a Dreamcast stream of Dynamite Cop, which is a sequel to Die Hard Arcade. And we have some sports games. You got a Blitz, Golden Tee. Golf game. You got Simpsons Bowling in arcade format. Lucky and Wild. Going into some racing games. It's a game where you get to drive and shoot. Notice there is a gun. One hand on the wheel, one hand on the gun. It's crazy. Got a Spy Hunter. Look at that steering wheel. How cool is that? Let's look at the side art. I mean, this thing has seen some action. Still a great game. Cisco Heat. The weapons button flashing. Bally Midway Spy Hunter. Pole Position. Another classic racer. We've got a bunch of modern ones. We got Mario Kart. Cruisin'. Fast and Furious. The motorbike game. Got a gigantic Sega Strike Fighter. It's a jet flying game. Afterburner. Got an off-road. Got some amazing looking Marvel cabs that they restored. Captain America and the Avengers. And this Punisher is the best looking Punisher I've ever seen out in the wild. I mean, this cab, look at the side artwork. It's absolutely gorgeous. All these are running CRT monitors too. And cameras don't really capture them right. And then we have the Monster, another new arcade, a 6-player X-Men out in the wild. And this cab has been completely restored. It's beautiful. They really did a good job matching the monitors because it's like an ultra widescreen picture when you play this game. Very cool. This gives you an idea of the size of Waybacks. See, big arcade. $13, you can play all day at Waybacks Arcade. This is the area where you can eat your food. They have ice cream, they have pizza. Big Trouble in Little China. Dark Crystal. We've got a beautiful Millennium Falcon chilling in this case here. Got some Star Wars stuff. Got some VHS tapes. Got all the Batman movies on VHS. Pretty wild. Coming out of the music and fighter room. Walking past the row of pinballs again. All the MKs. 1, MK2, MK3, MK4, MK11. What? That's brand new too. Man, the hits keep on coming. Oh my goodness. And they really care about restoration here. They do a lot of restoration on these machines. But they keep everything out playable. Let's take a look at the row of fighters. Starting with the great Street Fighter 2. Then we have Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter Third Strike, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. Got the original Marvel vs. Capcom. We saw the Marvel vs. Capcom 2, probably the most deluxe format I've seen to have that fighting game in. Got the entire series of Mortal Kombat, including Mortal Kombat 11, Killer Instinct. Hey, we got Soul Calibur. We got Jeremy here. Hey, wait a minute. What's up? One sec.
No problem.
Man.
We have been steady.
You have been busy. You have been busy, Jeremy. You have so many new machines. I can't believe it. Like, I came in here, I'm just blown away by how much is new.
Yeah, and as you might have noticed, or I don't know if you did, we've been slowly deconverting LCD games back to CRT.
Very authentic, very authentic.
Yeah.
I mean,
if we have the CRTs, we put them back. But
I mean, to see a journey, like, I don't think I've seen a journey since the 80s that's functioning.
Yeah.
I mean, how did that come about?
Man,
that is amazing.
Yeah, that's actually, that one's a little bit of a amalgamation of different things.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't even know, not even absolutely certain there was a Journey cocktail. Of course, everybody remembers the original cabinet that had the cassette deck that played separate ways and everything.
Does it play the music?
I think we have it set to where it will, but yeah. So we've been adding.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, your fighting games are amazing. You have the Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's a gigantic cap. That has to be the most deluxe version of that game I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that's a fighter's dream when they come in here.
Yeah, man, we added those. When were you last here, Brad?
Probably about 6 months ago.
Okay, so yeah.
Halloween was the last time I was here.
So yeah, I mean, if you were here Halloween, then the rhythm room, was that up?
No, you didn't have the music room with all the music games.
Okay,
that's
so
all
yeah,
brand new.
that's a big change, and I can certainly go over that with you, just to kind of tell you what we've got going on there. But
okay, you want to go in that room first? Let's check it out.
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you. Man, what a surprise! We got Jeremy here. He's going to tell us all about the games. Once again, there's the journey. Sorry, I just was taken back when I saw that.
Absolutely. So we already had our Buick's Versus when you were here.
Okay.
But I guess probably the main thing that changed, before when we had the CRT TVs and the consoles, they were kind of, it took up a lot of room. We felt like too. Another thing that was happening, people were constantly tripping over the controllers, and we were going through controllers really, really fast. So we kind of put this together. It's so neat and clean.
I like the way you can see all the consoles. Yeah. And it's like, you basically have the history of home consoles here. Yeah,
and we have some other things, like we're waiting on, we have a hacked Xbox that has OG Xbox that has like a whole library on it, and so we'll get that out soon. We've got some other things like that, but this was kind of the main change. Now, some of these games we had previously when you were here, but we kind of wanted to do like a rhythm room where we put everything all under one room.
That's the thing that's amazing me. Every time I come here, it's like almost a completely new experience. Maybe because it's a couple months between each time I visit, but I mean, the music game selection now is off the hook.
these are things too, like, some of these things are definitely the only place in Louisiana that you can play them. So,
it's amazing.
you know, if you, these are all online as well, except for our DDR Supernova 2, which we had probably last you were here. We had Supernova 1. I upgraded the software on this cabinet. These 3 are all online. Those 2 are online. So Poppin, Sound Voltec, UB, Waka, and Tunathan. You can get a card from us. It's $9. And you can actually log into each machine and track your progress.
That's awesome.
And compete against other people. And so that was, you know, that was a pretty big labor of love
I just feel like I'm an 80s and 90s arcade guy. I feel out of water. Can you tell me a little bit about, I don't know much about these games.
So
like this game, basically you hit the buttons and with the music.
Exactly. But the really cool thing that we were able to do is that normally, so there is kind of not a black market of sorts, but there are people use to get and import these games into the U.S. Most of them do not work apart from being on a separate kind of different network. And so one of the great things that happened when we worked really hard to get all this done is these are all running their latest software as well. So that's you know, like,
so these are like online connected.
Yes, they're online connected.
And everything.
Yes, and the thing is you know, it's the best experience for the gamer because, you know, like you're running the latest versions of the software. And that's what we wanted to have happen. So, like our Poppin was severely out of date. Until we worked hard to get it online, and now it's running the latest version of its software.
Like, is this another game where you just hit the buttons? Like, I see dials with this. I look at this. I don't even know what's going on. Is that like a guitar fretboard?
So you actually have these 4 buttons and these, and then when you hit these other things on Sound Voltex, you turn these knobs.
Sound Voltex.
Yeah, and twist them.
Almost like you're a DJ or something.
Kind of like that. And so that was, again, this is the latest version. Midwave is an older version, so we still have the older Rcade, but we're running Exceed gear. And so,
I've seen the Juby. You've had this for a while.
But again,
once again,
it updated. Look how cool. It updated to its latest software version. And so, and then
this DDR will probably get used all night. Right now, it's empty, which is unusual.
Well, it's here in the day. You know, this is running for those of you who are really into DDR. This is running what's called Midnight Special, which is just again, it lets you put Supernova 2 on this tab. And so again,
what is this machine? I've never seen this machine.
Yeah,
Waka. Say Waka.
It's actually Waka reverse. Again, we don't have the
これからよろしく。チュートリアルのプレイに使う。必要なら僕に教えて。
Well, how do you play? How does this game work?
You'll see here. It's not super hard.
メニューを選ぶにはこれからプレイに使う。
touch all of its touch. The screen isn't touch sensitive, but they're all touch.
Wow, that's amazing. That is super cool. I'm gonna try this one for sure.
Yeah, you definitely gotta play it. But again, it's a $9 or $10 card, and you buy it once and you can keep it for as long as you want. And that lets you track your progress. You don't have to log into this guest mode. You get all of that stuff done. And then I really
This one seems to have like a lot of anime.
Tunathan has bars that you're hitting, but then you can see kind of in the side right here, there's sensor bars that you actually lift your hands and put your hands down, up and down. Oh, wow. And so it adds like a level of complexity to that as well. So amazing. A lot of fun.
We have the Escape to Wayback poster.
Yeah. We put a lot of, I guess a lot more, you probably noticed in the main room, we had a lot more like pinball playing fields on the walls and marquees and things.
I saw that.
We've done a lot. Andrew, our manager of sorts, you'd say, Andrew has done a lot of work on that. Evan's right here, so
Hey,
good old
Evan,
Papa
what's
Brad. Yeah.
Get on camera, get on camera! It's the guy that makes it happen. These are
does,
the two
man.
owners of Wayback's Arcade. What a surprise. I didn't know you guys were going to be here, but this is awesome.
Yeah, man. Been a while. How you been?
Been doing good. Man, these fighting machines are monsters. I mean, when did this happen? I mean, these, like, for people that love fighters,
It was October.
look at these machines.
That's what
They gotta be like
the showcase cabinet. 37-inch monitors.
37-inch monitor. What kind of joysticks do these have?
These are all Suzo.
Suzo have competition joysticks. I mean, look at this Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I mean, I feel like I'm entering a jet when I walk up to this fighter. I mean, just the controls. I mean, this is a lot better than the laundromat with the cigarette burns on the control panel. I mean, look at this machine. Beautiful. Oh yeah, from Street Fighter, right? Street Fighter 2. They got the mural from Street Fighter 2 in the fighting area. Tell me about the monthly mystery fighter. Now, what are you running? Are you running Darkstalkers 3 in there? Okay.
It's going to be incorporated back in October. We'll switch the games once a month, and at the end of the month, we'll have a tournament on the game that's just been running. So you get your practice in for a month, you come try to win the trophy.
So you do like monthly contests with the fighting games? That's cool. That's awesome. So this room's completely different. Last time I was here, everything in here has been changed around. Guitar Hero. Yeah, it looks great. I saw you have some new pinballs too. When did you go get a Funhouse? That's got to be new because that last time I was here, you didn't have Funhouse.
No, we did.
We picked that up in Dallas at the Texas Pinball Festival
Texas
about 2
Pinball
weeks
Festival.
back.
Okay,
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
Yep, we've got Shack Attack is new from the floor
Let's
from
go
that
walk the
trip.
pinballs real quick.
And then, sure.
Pinballs are a destination thing for like people that love pinball. Like, you know, you got to travel to find real pinball that works. You know, I mean, I think the last video I did, I played a medieval Menace. I don't think anyone had worked on it since they put it on the bar floor in about 20 years. But it was still medieval madness, so it was still a lot of fun.
I'm very picky about our pins.
I know the pins here are like
constantly.
This is the place you come if you want to play pinball and arcade games. Got the closing counters. Stellar Wars. Is that called an ultra wide body? What do they call when it's real wide like that?
Just a regular wide
A
body.
wide body. Okay.
Your ultra wide would have been like.
You got some great Williams games. I love the Firepower and the Stellar Wars. Really fun. But this one here, this is a classic.
This is actually
Funhouse.
the upgrade kit, the Ruby's Nightmare 2.0.
Okay. Tell me about that. I don't know about that.
Some of the quick things they did is they replaced the magic mirror with static with the LCD screen.
Look at that.
They took the DMD, the alphanumeric displays off, replaced them with a DMD.
Okay.
You could play the original game code or the new upgraded Ruby's Nightmare with a bunch of different features on it.
Oh wow.
It's really cool. They just came out with that like 2
That
years
is
ago.
cool. Well, that is cool. It kind of modernizes it. That's pretty cool. Can't wait to I'll definitely play that one a good bit. Got Game Show.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That was my first pinball.
Got Back to the Future back running. Got a pretty back glass. Awesome.
Anybody teach me how to play this game?
Feet off.
That's the ball.
Why not? Did you sell Popeye? I saw Popeye was on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. I was like, someone got a nice deal. That was a good
Get rid of that. But again, Shack Attack for Louisiana.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
awesome. Now, we got some pinballs I've never played before. I've never played this game. Tell me about it. I've never played it ever.
So probably the mechanic that Evan was telling me he likes the most here. You actually have a ramp here, so this will move back and forth the goal, and so you can make it part of the game that kind of breaks a lot or is harder to find. in great shape as this dome.
Okay, I can
And so,
imagine, yeah.
you know, when we bought it, you know, that was one of the things we were looking for, was to make sure that it worked. This game was severely filthy when we got it. We got it from the guys at Pinballs out of Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And nothing was wrong with the game. It's just
Needed some work,
they
some love.
they needed some love, and they have tons of pinball, and they took it off the floor. So for us, it fits a Louisiana theme, it fits a sports theme, and so
And that's the thing. I mean, it's constant maintenance with a pinball machine. I mean, y'all just, you have to know about it. Look at this water roll. This is another one I've never played. Now, a lot of times I know in pinball, sometimes it might not be the greatest game movie, but it can be a great pinball.
Brad, you're not saying that Waterworld is terrible.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Waterworld is a. I mean, who doesn't like Kevin Costner? Come on. Yellowstone. Who doesn't like Kevin Costner?
Before there was there would be no Yellowstone.
There would be without
Waterworld.
Waterworld. Now this is one I'm definitely going to enjoy playing. I have no prior knowledge of this, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. You've got the Stargate. This is a little bit less comfortable than you have. I played last time. This is a great machine. Love this machine. What was that? Spider-Man.
Hey, who do you think you are, Spider-Man?
I don't know. That's the stern, huh? Yeah, they walk away. They leave him running. I can't imagine. Stranger Things. How's Stranger Things? Now, I was here for the launch of Stranger Things. How's it holding up? This machine, I'm sure, has got a lot of play. It's holding up okay?
It is. I mean,
This is a Pro, right?
yeah.
Beautiful machine. Beautiful machine.
This is actually a little change from when you were last here as well. So you may recall we had the
It was an
Ultra
Ultra Pin before, now it's something
So
else, huh?
Evan, I built the PC that's in it, but he did
Okay.
a ton of cosmetic upgrades and things. So this has how many pins on it now, Evan?
Oh, you got a virtual pin built in there now?
It's still Ultra Pin was a virtual pin,
Right.
and that's what's still in there. But you have
159.
159 virtual pinball machines. Yeah, Haunted House. I love that one. That's a great one.
just a different, thing for people to play and enjoy.
Yeah. And that's the thing with pinball, the virtual pin, you get to know the tables at least. So like when you play real pinball, you have an idea of what to do, Tell me about 6-player X-Men. That's another one I want to know about because that is new.
Well,
immediately I was like,
It is.
I mean, that thing's as big as a car.
It is.
How do you move a 6-player X-Men? I mean, how many people? Does it take 10 people to move this
So,
thing?
I
I mean, look
think-
at this. Look at the size of this machine. It's
Let me
insane.
give a shout out to Jeremy Fox
Uh-huh.
at Prince Arcades out of, I believe, Bolingbrook, Chicago area there, Bolingbrook, Illinois. I saw him pull this out of a basement in Chicago, and this whole part actually does come off. The
Unbelievable.
front control panel. And when he pulled that out of there,
So good. Are those real monitors?
they are. So
Because this is like, normally there's a huge mismatch on the two screens.
it's a little
This
different.
one is
but-
really close though.
It's
I mean,
really
I've played
hard
this
to-
a
yeah.
few times before, but never in this condition.
So
It looks really sharp.
obviously in 1992, there's no widescreens.
Yeah.
So you have a monitor that shoots upward and hits a mirror, and then the monitor on the right actually faces you, and then the mirror converges the two images to make your widescreen image. So yeah, if you look at it right now, it looks dead on. There's a couple levels where it looks spot on.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's really hard to get
Trust me,
that.
I've seen this machine.
Hey, that looks pretty
yeah,
good,
look
right?
how good that looks.
Right
I mean,
there.
this looks amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, just to see a 6-player X-Men, it's incredible. And then you have Punisher too, which is this whole row of Marvel arcades. You got like the best of the Marvel properties. You got a real 6-player X-Men.
That's my baby. This is definitely Evan's baby right here.
And then
He
you
can tell
got arguably one of my favorite beat 'em ups of all time, the Punisher. I mean, when did this cab come in way back? This is new because you didn't have this last time.
We did We put all the Marvel games out for our Marvelous March.
Uh-huh.
It was the last day of March. We put them all 3 out.
Marvelous March, you did an event? Okay. That is so cool. Look at the side art. I mean, look at that side art. It's just, I mean, and that's the thing, like, these games are in better condition, more restored. I mean, I don't think I've ever been in an arcade with an example of this game looking this good. Look at that. I mean, that's beautiful. And this was made by Capcom, right?
Capcom and Data East.
Capcom and Data East. These are both, that's a CRT that's in that machine. Look how big that is. What size is that? 27 inches? 25-inch CRT. You got Captain America and the Avengers. Another great beat 'em up. Data East. Lots and lots of restoration.
Both of these cabinets were rocking.
Okay, guys. How many pucks do you lose in a month on the air hockey?
We actually.
Do you have to buy cases of them? I'm just curious.
Funnily enough, I actually got under one of the goals recently and pulled out like 6 at one time. But he was telling you, Brad, I don't know if you heard him, both these were golden keys.
They were golden keys.
We had to deconvert them in full art packages, full,
I know.
everything.
These are the original cabinets they ran?
Yeah. Somebody had,
I've never seen a Punisher like that look that clean. That's amazing.
oh yeah, beautiful game.
Another game I'll talk about later is Smash TV. I saw you got Smash TV on the floor. But I see you got you got one of my favorite machines that's a rarity. You got the environmental Star Trek Voyager back out. That's a big machine.
That took some doing to get it back up. Jeremy did a lot of PC work on that.
And,
It's such a fun game and such an odd one to see.
it is cool. I played it all the way through.
Up.
The first time I came, you had it, and then it was gone for a while. Now it's back. The very first time I came, it was
there was some problems.
then it was gone. Now it's back. But you have two really cool. You have the Star Trek Voyager, and you have the Confidential Mission.
Yeah.
And these are two really cool gun experiences that I think are really great. You don't see these often. Look at this. Steel Gunner 2, that is new, huh?
Yeah, I don't think that was here.
No, that wasn't here.
We might not have had. Did we have Carnival on the floor?
No, you didn't. You had the House of the Dead's 1 and 2. You didn't have the Carnival. They just got everything. What do you want? They got it all. So in this room, basically, you have the Marvel titles, you have racers, and gun games, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the the air hockey and the basketball.
We got our 2 jet plane games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Afterburner. Off-road wasn't here when you were here.
No, you
last.
didn't have off-road.
Yeah.
Off-road. That was a new pickup, huh?
Yeah.
We actually changed our Mario.
Okay. I mean, this is a really unique machine because it has 3 steering wheels. I think this is the only one that has 3 steering wheels ever made.
There was a couple others.
Yeah?
Sprint.
Sprint, okay. This is what people remember though.
The thing that's worth mentioning about this cab is that it's our fourth attempt at getting a working version of this game. These boards are so finicky,
Yeah.
and even professionals who we know, they're like, I do this, and this, but I won't touch off-road because it is such a hard thing. And I pulled this out of a lady's house in Orange, Texas. We brought it here and fired right up. So,
Okay. Fingers crossed.
every game has a story, and the story behind that is this is actually an amalgamation of 4 different machines that we took to build one working.
Took 4 off-roads to make one.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So-
That's what goes into making these games work. It's amazing though. Beautiful machines. Afterburner. Does it have force feedback on that stick? It does? Okay. Played this the Sega Strike Fighter. I think you had that since grade up. Now that is an
We've had that, but
that is an insane game.
it's a hard game.
It's hard, but I mean, you do get the feeling you're in a jet Edition, which are two, you know, arguably of the top classics of the 80s. You know, you got two of the great ones. I see Lucky and Wild is still running.
Oh yeah.
The game where you get to drive and shoot. Pretty cool.
I'm not sure if Simpsons Bowling was here when you were last.
I think that's new too.
We actually took, that's a Golden Tee cab again.
Okay.
But Simpsons Bowling's actually a fun game to play.
So does every arcade eventually get converted to Golden
It
Tee?
seems that way.
Man.
Or 60 and 1?
We gotta be
It's
up,
like every
gotta be up to 10.
Every arcade game gets converted to a 61 at one point or a Golden Tee, it seems like.
Yeah,
People that
so
are into this hobby.
Bring them to Wayback.
So, yeah. You convert them and put them back to what they should have been. I noticed you got some new fighters. The Mortal Kombat 11, is that new?
Yeah.
That wasn't here before.
That's a custom build I did.
Okay.
It's actually running a PlayStation 4.
Okay.
Because the only arcade Mortal Kombat's ever made was 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Right, okay.
So we just thought it'd be fun.
You have the full Mortal Kombat, you have all the games. Everything Mortal Kombat, period. If you want to play it, you can come to Waybacks. Is that correct?
It's exactly correct.
That is insane.
Yeah.
We also have Killer Instinct's new to the floor. Killer Instinct 2 is in the back with issues, but we're trying to get those resolved.
Okay. A lot of people like the original Killer Instinct more though. So I think having
it's
the
the
original
better.
out is even better.
I was reading something today about a new kit for doing 1 and 2 off the same board.
Yeah. You can turn a 1 board into a 2, but you can't turn a 2 board into a 1.
Right.
Want to go into the main? Let's go back into the main arcade room. Tell us a little about what Wayback. It's $13 and you can play all day.
Yeah,
right?
$13. We did January 1st. We went up $1.
Yeah,
We're not
nothing.
immune. We're not immune to inflation, and so that just really helped us cover our costs. Obviously, the biggest part. A lot of people want to know about running an arcade and what that costs and what that's like. I mean. The biggest cost, one of the biggest costs, of course, is power.
Electricity. For all this.
And so,
Yeah.
whether or not people are in here playing, you know, it's still pretty close to $4,000 a month.
Wow,
just to power, yeah, just to power everything that you see here.
The thing is, you can come in and out. You can make a full day of
Yeah,
it.
we stamp your hand. You can
This
still come and go as long as you
This
want.
is the destination, and you're never going to find a place that's taken more care to cultivate a collection of the best in arcade and pinball. I mean, look at this row of fighters is insanity. I mean,
I don't know if you realize, but since you were here last, all the Mortal Kombat's have gotten the correct CRTs.
I didn't know. Yeah, that's what Jeremy was saying. They're going. Now, when they opened, they had a lot of LCD machines, but they're all being converted back to CRT. That's amazing, and that is a ton of work.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get a game working.
Yeah.
But we do try to find monitors to get them all working correctly.
Again, if Sam's will start selling CRT monitors, we'll
Buy
just
them
run down
tomorrow.
there.
Yeah.
But nobody's doing that, so.
Yeah. I mean.
Not only do you have to have a working key, you've got to have a working chassis,
Yeah.
and it takes time. You know, it takes time to
Yeah,
find.
but I
all
mean,
that.
like the size of the screens and stuff. When you play the real arcades, it's nothing like playing it at home. You know, I do a lot of home arcade stuff, and going from a 17-inch screen to playing it on a 27-inch CRT monitor or whatever, it's an amazing experience. So
You got to think they were designed to run on a screen that size. They
Yeah.
were designed to run on a wide screen.
That's awesome.
Mortal Kombat 11 does have a wide screen.
Yeah, it's a modern game.
That's the newest Mortal Kombat.
It's a modern game. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm not sure if you track this, but which fighting game gets played the most? Do you track gameplay at all? Probably not, huh?
Probably Marvel Superheroes.
Marvel
Or
Superheroes?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Marvel vs. Capcom
or
1
even original Street Fighter 2, man. People,
Street Fighter 2.
it's something they recognize, so they'll come in and get after it.
There's a few people that have memberships, and their ritual is to come in every day and just work their way down the fighters, go to that room, hit those fighters, and they're good for the day.
Yeah, I mean,
they're fixed.
you've got them all. Like, if you want to play fighting games, I mean, you pretty much got everything you'd want here. I mean, it's amazing.
Even I like to say, even the worst game in here it's somebody's favorite somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of what we shoot for.
I love just seeing a karate champ. I'm like, karate champ. And of course you got the cool, is that Bloodsport?
That's my little
Is that
Easter egg I
Bloodsport?
put on
Yeah, I
there.
got the Easter egg on this karate champ. Bloodsport, very cool. Double Dragon. Tell me about Ghosts and Goblins. There's a lot of interest in this machine. There's a company called New Wave Toys that makes these little tiny, like authentic little tiny arcades. The next machine they're doing is Ghosts and Goblins. Has anyone ever finished this? That way back, so this is like the hardest arcade game I've ever played.
It's the first stage, man. It's the coolest but most infuriating game ever made. I think.
And this is amazing. This is like, looks great though.
In a minute, Brad, we'll have to cut away from your viewers, but we'll take you behind the scenes without the camera. So Papa Brad will get to see some of the things that are upcoming and we're working on.
Behind the scenes, cool. Look, here's a Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer's still going?
Oh yeah.
Still going? This has been out since Halloween, so it's got a lot of play. It's still looking great. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off. We're gonna find out some behind the scenes stuff. Here we go. I'm gonna end this video out with a montage of some of the many great arcade games I got to play while I visited the Wayback's Arcade. A giant thank you to Jeremy and Evan for the great tour of the arcade and the kind of insider interview they gave me about some of the games that have arrived at the Wayback's Arcade. This truly is the best arcade in the South. If you get a chance, check out the Wayback's Arcade in Pineville, Louisiana. It's worth the trip. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy arcade content, please consider subscribing to Papa Brad's Gaming. Why don't you hit that like button while you're here? Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you'll receive notifications about when I'm going live or when I have new content. Thank you for watching. And as always, my friends, remember to stay legit.